Got a short video here of a big bike ride that Sean and Mike Easton and I made up on this loop up into the Mojave Desert back in early February and stopped for breakfast in Simi Valley and then just took a day ride of about just under 400 miles. Here's Mike fixing his jacket. It blew open, the zipper blew out. So we made our way up to Acton and across the mountain range just north of Lancaster. There's the California Aqueduct, and came down just south of Lancaster, and then ended up into this area called El Mirage. This is a dry lake area. We went around the feet entrance area to get in here. We thought we could just drive through and continue going north. Well, it turned out they had fenced this thing off. It was a massive area. We didn't know all that until we got way back in here. But nice trail riding, some dirt bikes out here, and some Joshua trees there. Sean's in front of me. Mike's got his Africa Twin in front. Sean in the middle there with his GS, and I'm riding my GS. This was a little bit rocky in here, and we got into some sand a little bit later, but it's just a really beautiful, cool day. Nice when it's cool and you can wear all your gear and then not have to worry about not having the gear on, and if you fall down, but it's not too hot. There's the lake off in the distance on the left. Got all the way to the northern property and realized that that was going to be fenced off, so we started making our way down. This was a pretty gnarly downhill as usual. When the camera is showing this, it doesn't show how steep it is. I was actually sliding to a stop here behind Sean. This is pretty gnarly for these big 500-pound bikes. The key is just keep rolling. If you go too slow, the bike slides off and you lose your balance. But if you just stand up and roll, they do pretty well. So we came back out of the the northern property line and thought we'd just make our way back towards the lake bed. See, it's a little bit sandier here. I got a little close to Sean coming up this hill. I was going to bail out and go left, but he picked up the pace. You know, make sure you have enough spacing from the folks in front of you in case they slow down or climb the hill slower than you expect. You got to have momentum on the way out. So good reminder. So again, there's the lake bed, and then in the distance you see the San Gabriel Mountains, which are the ones to the north of Los Angeles. So we thought we'd be smart and go all the way back toward that lake and get out. Again, we did not understand that the property. Oh, this is interesting. These are old wooden boats and old experimental aircraft in a big junkyard. We'll see that again coming up in a second video clip. So we're all the way now at the northeast corner of the property. It's all fenced off. None of the fences. Oh, here's the property. You can see the airplanes there on the left. Pretty crazy. Probably old experimental aircraft. This is about 20 miles south of Edwards Air Force Base. There's the sign, El Mirage. So we're going to head up Highway 395 and then turn east in this mining area called Atolia. These strip mines were here since World War I, Jeeper, or a 4x4. World War I with tungsten mining. This was the biggest tungsten mine in the country in 1909, which is pretty cool. So the 4x4s are out here. That you saw him stick his hand out the window or out of it and indicate with the number of vehicles behind him. That's standard practice if you're on a bike or a 4x4. This is Cuddeback Dry Lake. Pretty cool. We're going about, I don't know, 70 or 80, maybe a bit slower, 54. You can see my GPS actually shows us in the lake. Not much of a lake. During the rainy season, this might get some water over it, and then that's how it flattens out, and all the clay gets nice and flat again when it dries out. It's pretty fun to drive on. You can go way faster, but you have to be careful because you can hit some berms and bumps, and if you're going 100 miles an hour, it could be a problem. You see some whooped out areas of this trail. You see Sean's big heavy bike. These bikes really don't have that great of suspension, so you can't really push it like a much bigger KTM or a better bike, but just got to watch your speed and pay attention to the dips in the road. And we cut across here, and we're headed over to Husky Monument. See again the whooped out section of this road. Just took it easy. Suspension nearly bottoming out on some of this stuff. Standing up. So we end up at Husky Monument in 1987. Here it is. A gentleman was buried out here with his Husky motorcycle. And since then, as people have passed away, they've come out here to make a memorial. All these little markers and engines and bikes are out here. This thing has just grown like crazy. And it's pretty cool. And they're all desert racers of some sort. And it all started with that one guy in 1987. There's Mike on the right, kind of racing through here. I kind of drifted across his line here. I didn't realize how close he was behind me, but Sean coming up. And we get a little higher speeds in this nice sand. Not many rocks out here, but you do have to be careful. You hit a big whoop section and you go flying, so you got to be standing up. But just great fun riding in this stuff. It's almost like slalom skiing at some level. This is all still the Mojave Desert, and we're again pretty close to Edwards Air Force Base. Get back on another dry lake area. I think the lake's about 6 miles long. It's like the Bonneville Salt Flats. So we had a great day and about a 400-mile trip.